Welcome to Food News. I'm Juliet Litman.
And I'm Devon Jacoby.
If you want to be a part of this podcast, give us a call. 850-STEW-136. Well, people, you may or may not be able to tell, we are not in the same room. I am coming to you straight from Cape Cod. Jacoby is in New York. How is it?
It's good. Normally, when we're remote, I record from my production company's headquarters, flagship office, Everybody Wins Productions. And I could not go into Everybody Wins Productions today because buildings are collapsing left and right all over Manhattan. And apparently one was going to land on my office. And when Juliet heard that, she said, well, I'm glad that you're not going to be injured. And I just thought that was hilarious that you think I would survive a building collapse. And I'm on like the 8th floor. I just think it shows a lot that the faith that you have in my strength and
I
determination.
believe in you.
Yes, I like
Everybody Wins Productions not in the Pfizer building though. It's just like nearby, right?
Yes. It's one. It's,
okay.
But they've shut down the entire block.
Yeah, I know. I'm following the story closely. I'm monitoring that space.
Good.
But like, how far away are you from the building?
I don't know.
Okay. I just if you're not in the building, there's hope for just injury and survival. So I don't know. It's just I believe in you. Isn't that enough?
I appreciate that very much.
Just programming notes. Since we are not in the same place, I just want to tell everybody up top, there will not be a taste test today. You will be free of us chewing into microphones, which some people like.
Food newsers are happy with that or upset about that news?
I think they might be happy. That's why I wanted to share the news here.
I mean, there's a percentage of the audience, whether it's 99 or 100, that's like, thank God. 99
I think
that
the food news audience, my parents are and your kids make up about 50%. Yep. So the other 6 people are called food newsies. That's what I think of them as. Food newsies, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Oh, okay. Well, shout out to all the food newsies out there.
So congrats to everybody.
And give us a call.
Food newsies. Give us a call, 646. Nope. Give us a call at 850-STEW-136. Okay, Jacobs. Top story of the day has been recapped for us by today.com. But really, this is a TikTok story. This is a
wild.
TikTok drama between 2 women at Cake by Katie and at Sweet Treats by Ashley. And at the center of this controversy, or as Jacoby might say, controversy, is that what you say?
Yeah.
That's what I thought, is Fruity Pebbles. Not like on Mormon Wives, just a Fruity Pebble recipe.
Nuts. I just want to say, when I read the headline, I was not ready for the drama and emotion and roller coaster that I was about to go on. I just saw Fruity Pebbles and Cake Pops. I was like, that's an interesting idea. I've never seen those before. What happens next is just wild. Juliet, tell the newsies.
Okay. Newsies, here's what's happened. And maybe producer Mike can put in some clips. We'll describe them. Cake by Katie. She strikes first, or does she? Cake by Katie is a cookbook author. Buy her cookbooks. Follow her on TikTok for entertainment. And Cake by Katie had. I wasn't sure if Jacoby was frozen or just not moving, so I got distracted for a second.
Enraptured.
Cake by Katie makes these Fruity Pebble cake pops. It came to her attention that someone named Sweet Treats by Ashley was also making a Fruity Pebble cake pop. And in the caption of Sweet Treats by Ashley's TikTok video, she listed a recipe. And Cake by Katie was very upset about this. Let's just hear from her for 1 second.
Friends, we need to talk. Earlier this weekend, I found out that one of my copyrighted recipes was posted in full on here for 77,000 people to see. That's how many people viewed it. But the thing here is that my online virtual recipe book does have a copyright on it.
Okay. So Cake by Katie goes off. She's a published author. This is actually a big thing online. When you read someone's personal blog and they have recipes, the reason why they write so much beforehand, and there's always the button where you can jump to recipe, is so that they're not ripping off someone's recipe right away. It's making their own. It's kind of like a fair use around recipes.
Oh, interesting.
But Cake by Katie is I have a book. This bitch stole from my book. I'm paraphrasing. Then Sweet Treats by Ashley, of course, finds out about this because she has been shredded to pieces by Cake by Katie And Sweet Treats by Ashley needs to respond. I guess that she was out and about when she needed to respond because she needed to respond sobbing from her car. Let's just hear from her for 1 second.
I never thought I'd have to fucking make a video like this. And like, I'm fucking crying in a Walmart parking lot, for God's sakes. But Cakes by Katie made a video about me saying that I stole her Fruity Pebbles recipe.
Okay. Sweet Treats by Ashley seems generally shocked by this.
She's floored.
She has no idea that she has run afoul of anything. And so Cake by Katie coming for her has unleashed this storm of curse words and tears.
It's wild. The fact that she posted that video on her own volition is just nuts. I was not ready for this to be this emotional at all.
I liked that she had to do it from the car. I know the car is like a popular TikTok venue. I understand. But by doing it in the car versus in the kitchen or on the couch, which is something that Cake by Katie did, we'll come back to that. It just makes it seem like even more performative. She was like, how do I get back into everyone's algorithm? I know, I'll do it from the car and I'll cry. So that it definitely will get as much attention as possible.
Interesting. I just felt that the cursing made it feel more authentic than calculated.
I was just fucking making a recipe.
I've got a job. I started as a hobby. This 2 weeks. I've been doing this for 2 weeks. She's up to making fucking cake pops. I love it so much.
I was about to say you didn't curse, so that's not a correct quote.
Yeah.
She's just been doing it for 2 weeks, just a hobby. I liked the video. It was very entertaining. I was captivated. Yeah. Of all the videos watched for this reporting, I would say the better performer is Sweet Treats by Ashley. And then Sweet Treats by Ashley responds, as we've just told you, and Cake by Katie hears from a lot of people. So of course, Cake by Katie has to again return to TikTok. And this time she's moved from being behind her kitchen island to sitting on her couch. And she's very calm. And she apologizes. She wants us to know that Sweet Treats by Ashley didn't get the best version of her on the previous day.
No.
And mostly, she wanted to let you know she was acting on bad advice. I love that she explained this.
Good morning, friends. Yesterday, I really fucked up and I'm not proud of how I handled the situation. To quickly tell you what happened, I saw a cake pop recipe written within a TikTok caption. I thought it came from my recipe book because I was tagged, and I handled the situation poorly.
Okay, so someone got their legal information wrong when they gave it to Cake by Katie. Just because she put it into a cookbook doesn't mean she owns the recipe, which does make a lot of sense because I feel like there'd be a lot more litigation in the recipe world.
Yeah.
If you could like own a recipe. It's kind of like trying to like own, I don't even know, like the phrase like my cookbook or something.
Well, what you copyright when you copyright a cookbook is you copyright the layout, the images, and sort of like how it is presented to you.
How it's presented,
but
yes.
you do not copyright the actual recipe itself. And that makes perfect sense because like the recipe for like pancakes would be the same everywhere.
Yes. And also like how you put things together in your own home. Like how can someone own that? Like that's just a weird concept. But there is a lot of like politics around this as a result. I'm sort of aware of it from, I don't even know why, but like the way that the recipes get passed down and people claim like recipe theft, I think is a big issue. It just isn't usually litigated on TikTok between two crying women. Well, only one crying woman and one angry woman. So this is the new frontier of this age-old problem.
The thing that I find fascinating about this is two women who were dedicated to baking on TikTok. That
with Fruity Pebbles. The dedication included Fruity Pebbles.
Exactly. And it got so intense that I think both of them have just left the space. Like, I think Katie's like, she's like, she's like, her apology video, she's like, I'm going to take some time to like figure myself out. And Ashley's just like, I've been doing it for 2 weeks. Like, this sucks. I'm crying in my car. I'm just making cake pops. I thought I'd have a good time doing it and share it with the world. And I think they're both out of the space now because of this.
Now they're just driven off of TikTok. I like that Fruity Pebbles is like also so specific that Cake by Katie could make these claims. Like, of course, no one else is coming up with Fruity Pebble cake pop recipes, but I actually think Fruity Pebbles are pretty common. Like when you go in the sweets shops of America.
Oh yeah.
I love Fruity Pebbles.
First of all, it's a fantastic cereal. It is more of like a dessert than a cereal, to be honest with you. But like, if you ever just sit down and just crush a bowl of Fruity Pebbles with milk, you will be happy afterwards.
Do you ever get it at Pinkberry?
No,
It's a great
not
pinkberry
really.
topping.
I do a lot of like peanut butter and chocolate combos when I go to like the 16 handles that are pinkberry.
Pinkberry's expensive, man. So you got to make your toppings count. But they do give you a lot. It's generous at Pinkberry, though expensive. So, all right, let's move on. Did you care at all about Taylor Swift's wedding?
That's a great question. You ask me these things sometimes. They're very philosophical. Did I care about Taylor Swift's wedding? Yes.
Okay.
Not that much.
I could see you being like, leave it.
No, I know you listen to The Mismatch a lot, but my initial take was like, MSG is the strangest place to get married when you have like the entire world to choose from. Or let's just say
when you could rent out an island.
Yeah, it's just like, what are we doing at MSG of all places?
Yeah, of course. It's a kind of a depressing venue. No wind, no natural light, but there's a good security and big venue and whatever.
You can get that anywhere.
I'm with you. I think it's inexplicable. Like, you have all the money in the world, pay for everyone to come to the island, which you purchased for, whatever, or rented it out.
There's
for a
other
week.
ways to do this.
There's plenty of celebrity weddings that we don't know about. You know what I mean? Like, this is asking for this is asking for people to care and like want to know what's inside. Anyway,
I like that Charles Barkley did not go. He got invited and he didn't go. Do you see the story? And he's like, I just wanted to like hang out and golf. And I was like, why would Charles Barkley get invited to Travis and Taylor's wedding?
I wanted to ask you who your favorite invitee was. Like, if there's anyone you're like, that's really fucking funny.
I haven't really so I guess I don't care about this wedding.
You don't.
I don't really know much about it at all.
For me, it's NFL rules analyst Dean Blandino. He was there.
Oh, great. When I saw it was officiated by Adam Sandler, I was like, what is happening? Yeah. What is this?
That's correct. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Inside, the food sounded like okay. It was catered by Zero Bond. And then they also had like a Sarciano's food truck. I feel like that's like the very like sort of like exclusive version of having the Cheesecake Factory like cater your wedding. Like, it's good and like it's going to be crowd pleasers, but it's not like fancy or special.
Interesting. Well, it's impossible to cook. There's 1,000 people at this wedding too. Yeah. And it's just impossible to like make gourmet food for 1,000 people at the same time. You cannot do it.
The funny thing is there's so many NFL players there, right? And I feel like NFL players just like, they're about to hit training camp. They're like in bulking season. And so like they needed to eat a lot. And apparently there was like a ton of food. TMZ said there was pasta and sushi, chicken, salads, filet mignon, and a mix of Chinese, Italian, and American favorites. Once again, sounds like the Cheesecake Factory to me. Still sounds very good. But I also could see this being very appealing for people who are trying to like put on weight in the next like 3 or 4 weeks before they get to training camp.
Yeah, I like that they mentioned they're like employees manned the stations.
Sounds classy.
I was like, as opposed to what? Yeah. Like them just like putting food out. Like it's like
also, what were they worried about? Like, man, is it need to man the stations? So, like, keep it tidy. It's to refill it. Like, okay,
all right.
And then what else do they need to be doing?
I think they scoop this. They point to you point to the lo mein and they scoop some for you and put it on your plate. I think that's what it is.
Oh, so they're serving it. It's not self-serve. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, it sounded like a good time. Okay. I guess.
Julia, you're missing my main question here.
Okay. What is it?
This was a strange article because it seemed like someone was at the wedding. They said the food was good, but their complaint was there weren't seating for 1,000 people. Just explain to me where I'm wrong here. But isn't there seating for like 17,000 people in Madison Square Garden? Like, wait, you can't find a seat in Madison Square Garden? Did they remove all the seats?
I wasn't there. As far as I understand it, they like roped off almost all of the venue. I think it was like almost only using the floor.
The floor, yeah.
And then the cocktail hour was like at a separate space of Madison Square Garden. They do have like entertaining spaces. I've been to a bar mitzvah at Madison Square Garden when I was a kid. And so like they do have like venues for entertainment. So I assume that they just didn't have enough like seats all at one time. But that begs some other questions. Like, was it sit down? Like, were there like a time where everyone was supposed to sit for speeches?
No, I don't think so.
So it's just like a cocktail party with a lot of food. It kind of sounds like the after party of the ESPYs in the large space at the convention center in LA. You know what I mean?
yeah.
When it's like on the roof, just like room for a lot of people to mill about, and there's musical performances. That's what's coming to mind for me.
SB's after parties were great.
SB's is next week, I think, in New York. Maybe we can crash.
Oh, I'll write some texts.
Okay, awesome. All right, Jacoby, we've got a heist, which means over to you.
Okay. Australia is the scene.
I love you put on your highest voice. We're in Australia. We're down under.
The docks. It's like season 2 of The Wire, but Australia. Okay? There's a frozen berry shipment coming in from Chile. There's something suspicious about this shipment, though.
Okay.
Of the frozen berries. Something just drew some red flags. The Australian authorities, they find 242 pounds of cocaine amongst the frozen berries.
That's a lot of cocaine.
That's a lot of cocaine. Now, I did some coke math here, all right? Because it said it's $24 million worth, right? Is that Australian dollars or American dollars? I think it's American dollars.
I think it's Australian.
So what is the conversion rate between Australian dollars and American dollars? Please look that up for me, because I did some research, some comparative studies of like how much per pound that would be. And it's about $100,000 a pound. I've never bought cocaine or sold cocaine. I don't know what the going rate is, but that sounds really expensive for a pound of cocaine.
One United States dollar is 150 Australian.
Okay, that makes a little more sense, because I did a comparative study between the value of this cocaine that was sieged in, why are you laughing, in Australia, and some cocaine that was sieged in Cincinnati. And I found that the Cincinnati cocaine was half the price. But now I believe it's 75% the price based on the Australian dollars to US dollars, because their cocaine was only, in Cincinnati, it's only $50,000 a pound. There, it's $100,000 in Australian. So therefore, it's about 75 cents to the dollar.
You're very good at mental math. I just want to let you know. 24 million Australian dollars is 16.65 US dollars.
Yes.
So you're right. It's about 2/3.
Yeah. So that's, but still, the cocaine is cheaper in Cincinnati.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like, cocaine stereotypically comes from South America. It's a much further trip to Cincinnati than it is to Australia.
I was thinking that as well, that it's probably a scarcer property, supply and demand, economics 101. It might just be more expensive in Australia as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Australia is vast. You would think they could make their own cocaine there, but I candidly don't know a lot about making cocaine or growing the cocoa plant.
I think it's got something to do with cocoa leaves. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Do you ever get edamame at a Japanese restaurant and you're like, how do you make like a t-shirt out of this? I'm just like, how do they do that?
From this?
Maybe you can do paper.
What about, and like, what? I don't get it at all. Yes, I'm with you.
Like, well, hemp rope is actually the strongest rope, like those pro marijuana people. I'm like, I've seen a marijuana plant before. How do you make rope out of this? I don't know how they do it. I really don't.
I don't know how any of that stuff works.
Yeah.
I think this is our first time berries have been the vehicle for drug smuggling or a heist or a theft.
Well, they did mention in the article that they're using more refrigerated, like shipping containers to smuggle drugs.
That makes sense, I guess, especially because of so much global warming, and who knows how that impacts the chemical compound that's supposed to get you high.
I was also thinking the smell would be reduced, and it might be harder to sort of like scan a container if it's like cold insulated. I did a lot of research on this topic.
We really appreciate you. I also just want to correct the record. I said it was a heist. It's actually not. It's a crime, a seizure of cocaine. Yeah. But I just feel like heists you're our crime reporter because you love to call the police.
Yes.
So not to like report on people, but to find out information.
They did provide a number at the end of this article. It was a 1-800 number. It wasn't like an international one, so I could dial it. But it was more of like if you see something, say something, Crime Stoppers number.
Sure, a 311 type of thing.
Yeah, so I didn't really I didn't call it this time. I thought about it, but I was like, well, they're going to be like, so what is your incident that you're reporting? And I'm like, I'm just actually looking for a follow-up on the great cocaine berry seizure. And they'll be like, we don't do that here. This is a Wendy's.
They'll be like, we're gone. They're like, sir, this is a Wendy's. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to a story from Paris. You may have heard that during the end of June, and I think still currently, it's quite warm, really everywhere, but particularly in France. At the end of June, France had the hottest days on record in the history of the country, not on the history of Earth, but for France itself. And as a result, in Paris, where you can usually get an alcoholic beverage to go, they had a ban on this. And the ban was intended to stop people from buying beer, wine, and spirits from shops and drinking them in the street, but besides the city's canals and the Seine. And then they have photos of people just like dangling their feet over the various waterways of Paris. I've actually seen this firsthand. I've been to Paris in May somewhat recently, and it looked similar. It was warm. People were just like dangling their feet into these dirty waterways. Although the Seine you can swim in now, allegedly. A couple things on this. One, I've been to Paris several times. Wonderful place. I had no idea you could get drinks to go there. Like, what have I been doing? I had no idea.
I don't know what the laws are here in New York, because during the pandemic, they're like, yeah, to-go drinks everywhere. But then they're like, hey, we're going to keep that. But I don't even know if it's legal to get a to-go cup in New York City,
I don't
let alone
think it
Paris.
is anymore, but I'm going to look it up right now. Remember Cuomo fries? Because like if you were going to do it, you had to have like some food.
Yeah, they would sell a hot dog for $1 and then give you a beer. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a really good time at Joann's, which is the restaurant owned by Lady Gaga's aunt on the Upper West Side, where I got really good sangria and a hot dog. It was awesome during COVID.
Yeah, I remember the trash can near the places that sold the hot dogs was just full of hot dogs.
Yeah.
While you're looking that up, I have a quote here. This is from Paris Police Chief Patrice Fall or something. I don't know how to say his last name.
Okay.
Quote, as you know, drinking alcohol with the sun beating down can have a devastating effect. Hold on a second, Patrice. This guy hates fun. Go to the beach. You go to the beach, have a beer. You know what I mean? Go to Central Park, have a glass of wine. Like, alcohol plus sun is a great time. It does have a devastating effect.
It can.
It can, but in moderation. Yeah, be responsible.
Yes,
Drink responsibly.
Be responsible.
Well,
here are the rules in New York.
Oh, go.
Ready?
Yeah.
You still have to buy some sort of food to go with it. And it must be in a sealed or covered container. So like, in those like the adult Capri Suns or at the top.
It is weird that like to-go cups turned into like Ziploc bags for some reason.
It was sort of like the inside of a Camelback. It was like no backpack, just the inside of it. And then there still are open container laws. So while they can sell it to you, you're technically not supposed to drink it on the street. But like, who's going to know if it looks like you're having like a fruit punch or like an iced tea or something?
Yeah.
So that's the law.
I also have some, as I just want to support the food newsies and give them as much information as possible. So when these stories happen, you hear it's super hot in France. You're like, that's crazy. I hope they're okay in Paris. And then it dawns on you, my daughter's going to Paris tomorrow. You know what I mean? So Chloe and Auntie Judy are in Paris, or they're in France now. I think they've left Paris. But they
Chloe's 10? Chloe's 10 years old?
Chloe is 10 years old. Yep, that's our international correspondent. And I spoke with her on the phone, and she has...
Phone or FaceTime?
Phone. She has reported not that hot. Not that hot. The heat wave is over. The heat wave sort of broke when she landed. So it's no longer devastating effects of alcohol and sun in Paris. Okay,
that's really good to know.
Yeah.
I'm also glad she's not missing out on getting an alcoholic beverage because she's 10. So that's good.
I do. They give you like watered down wine when you're a kid in France. And I believe, it's just like you grow up and you're 8 years old and you have dinner table. They just give you like, I think it's like a 2/3 water with a little bit of wine. And I think
that's how I like to drink wine now.
I think I saw her drinking that on the table in one of the photos I saw.
We're going to have to ask Chloe about that when she gets home. Wow. Is she having fun?
Yeah, of course.
That's awesome. France is really fun. That's cool. Okay, let's move on. This is a story from the New York Times, added sort of late to our rundown. Jacoby, have you noticed that banana flavoring has infiltrated a lot of packaged foods and cafes?
It's one of those things. It's sort of like the trash being all over New York that like you don't notice it until someone says it to you. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's just like, oh yeah. Like I remember Jalen Rose, loved that guy. I was like, why don't you live in the city? He's like, there's trash everywhere. And I never considered that before he said it. And then I walked outside and I was like, he's right. There's trash everywhere. So it was one of those things where now I'm aware of the bananification of menus and cafes. But before I read this piece, it didn't really sink in. Does that make sense?
Yes, the Times has a long piece by Luke Fortney about the bananification of menus, cafes, etc. He makes a lot of good points. He names a lot of companies and products that I'm really interested in based on their name alone. For example, my favorite was Banagua, which is banana and agua together. Just
Wait,
incredible.
Did you just explain to the food newsies what that meant?
I think if you can't see it, Banagua, you might not know what I'm talking about. When you see it written out, it's meant to be read, not said. Banagua. Can I have a Banagua, please?
I like the branding of Banagua.
Banana water. Yeah, it sounds good. And the guy who started Banagua said that his name is Rob Smithson. It's one of the last non-polarizing foods in a polarizing world. I don't know that I totally agree with that. I feel like banana haters are loud and proud because banana is pretty ubiquitous and like given to children as a sweet. And like I hand one to my son basically every day. And I was just surprised that people think banana is like universally loved. I think it is ubiquitous, but I don't know if it's loved.
Oh, a couple things. The sub headline is like the world's like most eaten fruit.
Fresh fruit.
I was like, if I were to say, like, list the most eaten fresh fruits in the world, top 5 in order, what would your answer be?
I think I would have gone with apples number 1. That would have been like my first. I think grapes number 2 because of like, there's just so many of them because of wine and stuff. Apples, grapes.
I would
need to think. What?
Orange isn't on there for you?
I was just going to say I would need to know what's really popular in Asia because most of the world is in Asia.
That's a good point. And
so
I think oranges are more domestic.
Coconut, I think, is a big one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Is it a fruit?
I think so. Coconut tree?
Sure. It's just the word nut is in there. That's why I asked.
I didn't really think about that.
Yeah.
I guess I would have gone to banana. I mean, of course, we had our great magical banana experience in Tenerife. So
of course.
Bananas, we know, are international. In the article, it says more than 139 million metric tons of them are grown worldwide each year, making bananas the most produced, most consumed fresh fruit globally. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. But you did also touch on something. The way that this article sort of pitches it to you is that everyone loves bananas. And it's sort of like a mild, palatable, universally accepted and loved flavor. And that's not my experience, right?
Me either. I do love bananas personally. I'm a big banana person, but I know a lot of banana haters. They're like, oh, no, don't put that in my smoothie, or I hate a banana dessert, or blah, 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 blah.
Great finish. I also thought that one thing the article pointed out that I thought was very astute was what happened with the banana flavoring is artificial banana flavor was like not good or that close to banana. And they've sort of like solved that over time through techniques where now these banana products that he's talking about are more akin to like actual banana flavor, not that artificial like now and later banana flavor. You know what I mean?
That is an important change because the banana flavor of our youth was quite poor and like just very, very fake tasting.
Yes.
So I just love a banana cream pie though. But like some of these like banana flavored like corn puffs, like a sort of like a Cheeto, but banana flavored, like I'm not interested.
No.
I guess I would try it for the food newsies, but otherwise, it's a pass for me.
I love a banana cream pie. I think banana desserts are good. I'm curious about like a banana latte kind of a thing because that's one of the like banana matcha is also very popular now, and those are flavors I could see going well together. Coffee flavors and matcha flavors with banana.
Yes, definitely agree. And like I do like a chocolate banana type of dessert. Like if there's like those going together, like I'm always interested. So I because I love banana though. So like I think it overpowers a lot of the other flavors when it is involved.
Do you know what I love? Do you know what I love?
What?
Plantain chips.
Me too.
Those are
really good.
Like if one time I had those with guacamole and I was like, this is a better experience than tortilla chips.
Yeah, plantain chips are awesome. Also better than banana chips. There's something specific to the plantain version. They're really good. I distinctly remember having them for the first time when I was in elementary school and I was like, oh, this shit's good.
It's really good.
I think we went on a field trip and we bought them or something.
That's a really boring field trip. Not that educational.
Well, my school was very into like exploring like the nearby neighborhoods, and like we went to like some bodega, which was fun. Okay,
That is a wild field trip. Well, I don't even know what to say.
We
It's
also
like
did
kids
one.
today were going to the bodega and getting plantain chips.
We also did one where we went to Chinatown and like went shopping, and like you got to like buy stuff at like Pearl River. The old Pearl River, the good one before it moved. Okay, moving on. A sad story. The guy who started Katsuya and basically popularized crispy rice with tuna crispy rice, his name is Chef Katsuya Uchi. He passed away. Very sad. I love Katsuya.
First of all, this is sort of like the guy that invented avocado toast or the Caesar salad. We've covered sort of like food dish origin stories before here.
Or the guy who started ranch dressing, Mr. Hidden Ranch.
Yeah, exactly. That owned the ranch. He also did the yellowtail with jalapeno, and I know you're not a spicy person, but I
do love that, though.
I love these two dishes. And
Me
I
too.
sort of assumed that these were just
incredible.
like old staples. I didn't know they were made up in like the 90s.
In the 90s in LA, they were born.
Yeah.
And they're so good.
Yes.
I think they're like, it's kind of gets back to where we started with like the recipe theft. Like so many people have made this their own, but he introduced these concepts here in America. And they're incredible.
Those are two of my favorite things to order.
Katsuya is really good. Like there was one at LA Live when we worked there, and it was like a treat to go there.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time there after Juliet and Jacoby's.
And I feel like we used to get takeout from there occasionally. It wasn't always open though.
Yeah, and it's also expensive. It's it's one of those like high-end sushi places. Like you go to a regular sushi place like in your neighborhood, it's fine. But sometimes when you go to like a Nobu or like a Katsuya, you're like, whoa, this is a lot of money here.
It does a lot better, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. Like anyway, R.I.P. That's a big loss. It's like an LA icon who's passed away.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. A story from Reddit. One thing we love. Okay, this is a photo that we will show to you on the screen. And it is a warning of someone who is trying to buy something. They're trying to get
they're an all-you-can-eat sushi buffet that uses screens to order more sushi.
Yes, they're trying to buy something. They're trying to buy sushi.
I don't think so. They've already paid for the sushi. They're trying to order more sushi. It's all you can eat.
There's a notification that pops up on the iPad. For your own health concern, an average adult's calorie intake should not exceed 1,000 calories. Extra charge may apply for unfinished food. Your current calorie intake, assuming only in this meal, is 2,000. Are you sure to proceed?
How do you feel about this?
I think it's fucked up. I think it's just fucked up. I'll also think that they're probably trying to prevent people from getting too much food and having too much, like having to like throw shit away because it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. But they're just shaming them.
So at first I thought it was ridiculous to have an all-you-can-eat thing that sends you notifications that you're eating too much. But then I started thinking maybe they're worried about sharing. You know what I mean? Like maybe this is sort of like a...
Yeah. It's like when you get like a bottomless Coke and you keep ordering more because you're sharing with your other person at the table.
Yeah. It just feels like this is sort of like a don't put it in your purse, put it in your belly kind of a thing. That's sort of like what I was getting. You know what I mean? They're like,
I think that the people take more than they can. It ends up being like just not efficient for the restaurant. People take more than they can actually eat. So they're not even mad about the food waste. They're just mad about like having to buy more than they actually need to serve. But it's a fucked up way of putting it. Like
it really is.
Just make it not all you can eat. Like make it like all you can. I don't know. All you can order in like 5 minutes or something. Time limit.
All you can order in 5 minutes. Let's workshop this business a little bit more before we go to market.
That's not a good idea. Okay. I admit that's not a good idea.
5 minutes is a long time. You can say a lot in 5 minutes.
I was just thinking of a way around it. That was the best I could come up with in that exact moment. It's not a good idea, though. I agree.
Yes. I'm also like, my all-you-can-eat thing is just like, I rarely want to push the limits of what I can eat. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I want to leave comfortable and happy.
Me neither.
It's going to be hard to really push those boundaries and leave comfortable and happy.
This allegedly happened at a sushi restaurant, and the person was ordering lamb skewers when this popped up. So I just have some questions about the menu overall. I love a lamb skewer and I love sushi, and I do see how they could go together at like a general Japanese restaurant. But like, what else is on the menu?
I believe this is like a yakitori presentation. Those little like skewers
You're probably
that you
right.
get. I really like the vegetable ones.
I love them. Yeah, love that yakitori. We've discussed it before. There should be more yakitori in this world.
There really should
Perhaps more of a combo. Okay. Nestle, we haven't had a GLP-1 story in a while. Remember when I was just decided to dig in and be like, no, GLP-1s are not affecting the food industry?
Yes, I do.
That was like 2 or 3 years ago. Well, I was wrong. And I was wrong then. I'm wrong now. To quote the great Jerry Orbach in Dirty Dancing, which this is my second time this week saying that, when I'm wrong, I say I was wrong. I was wrong.
When was the last time you saw Dirty Dancing?
Frequently.
I think it's been like
one of my favorite
years.
movies.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's so good, Jacoby. Watch it again. Great movie. Nestle, which owns a lot of like companies of brands, not just chocolate, is tweaking some of its recipes to better cater to people who are on GLP-1s. To quote from this Wall Street Journal article written by Amy Look, with more people taking GLP-1 weight loss treatments, food companies face both an opportunity and a looming threat. Packaged food is falling out of favor as consumers opt for smaller portions and fewer snacks between meals. I do feel like snacking is probably what gets hit the hardest other than alcohol. Because you're not like, oh, I need chips immediately. Anyway, Nestle chefs, when coming up with new flavor combinations, will work with people on GLP-1s to get the right taste. This can include adding spices or more pepper. And the company has a range of frozen meals called Vital Pursuit, specifically for people on weight loss drugs. That's cool. It's interesting. It's interesting to see how things evolve.
It is. And one thing I found interesting about this is it's not necessarily about the quantity or the type of food. It's also about the taste, because like your taste reactions are different. So they're not just adjusting to sort of like a lower demand. It's also like a different like palate, really.
Yeah. It's also because it is like your brain chemistry changes. That also impacts like how you taste food. Honestly, I feel like this happened to me while I was pregnant too. I feel like I tasted food differently, and that's why people have like weird cravings and stuff.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Okay. Wouldn't be an episode of Food News without giving our newsies the update on Red Lobster.
This I found interesting.
This is from New York Post, who's also on the Red Lobster beat. So many of us are. We've actually talked about this company before, Thai Union. They are the seafood producer for Red Lobster. And they deliver the goods.
The seafood supplier.
I couldn't think of that word. They are suing Red Lobster, and they say that in the 20
No.
Sorry.
Creditors of Red Lobster that were owed over 100 or 200 something $million. The Red Lobster goes bankrupt, so those people do not get their money, right? So they're upset. What's interesting about this is we've read this before, and I didn't really understand it because the article was about something else. But what's it called? Thai Union?
Thai Union, yeah.
I was like, wait a second. The people that sell the shrimp to Red Lobster own and supply the shrimp, but they also own Red Lobster. So you're basically selling yourself your goods. Right.
It's sort of like a Ponzi scheme.
Yes. And then the creditors are being like, this endless shrimp thing was them just they market up the prices of the shrimp and then sell it to themselves.
Sell it back to themselves.
And then they tweak the menu so Red Lobster's going to need more. They up the price of the shrimp, and they're basically just like using Red Lobster as like a shrimp money laundering place instead of like a lobster place. And I didn't really fully comprehend it because again, it was in another article. And it was not a big part of it. But when you lay it out like this, I'm like, I think they might have a good case here.
Yeah, definitely. Basically what the lawsuit says, the creditors say that Thai Union turned Red Lobster's all-you-can-eat deal from a limited-time offering into a permanent menu fixture, even though it made no economic sense and effectively transformed a successful legacy Red Lobster strategy into a car crash, which is very, very dramatic, but kind of appropriate. And then the other thing about Thai Union is that it's like based in Bangkok. So I feel like that's another part of it that we didn't really like touch on as well, where I feel like we've talked about this as like big American beacon. And there was just a lot of trouble with Red Lobster when Damola came in, is sort of where I saw this. Like he became responsible for a lot of troubles. And he was very like insistent that the shrimp is not what tanked the company. But it may have been. it may have been a big part of their troubles and like coming up with this idea and going so hard to basically like juice their shell company or like their owners' stats and like give them more money.
Yes. Pun included on the shell company thing. I just want to say that out loud.
Yeah, of course.
Here's another quote from the article. Quote, this does a good job just sort of explaining what's happening here. Quote, but it was an exercise in self-dealing and exploitation. As the boost in demand from the deal forced Red Lobster to buy up copious amounts of shrimp from Thai Union at inflated prices, even as average spend per diner declined, according to the complaint.
There you have it.
Quick update.
I'm worried about Red Lobster. How about you?
We should probably have the CEO of Red Lobster on Food News, but he has not DM'd me back. Just on a quick update. Damola, I'm here.
We're waiting. Okay, Jacobs. It's time for personal food news, and I'm going to be honest. It feels weird. No taste test.
No taste test.
It's weird.
Give us a call. Tell us if you like no taste test.
Yeah, let us know.
I'm afraid that people might like skip the taste test, like it's an ad break.
850-Stu-136. Do you miss the taste test? Let us know. All right, on to personal food news. I wanted to tell you about a sandwich I had, and I was curious to know if you think it sounds good. I had a Cape Cod Reuben, which is a sandwich. I'm on Cape Cod, so obviously it's a Cape Cod Reuben. Mm-hmm. I'm having a lot of ice cream, in case you're wondering. It's all delicious. Things are going great.
I was wondering, actually.
It is a fried fish fillet. It's cod. It's coleslaw. Swiss cheese. Russian dressing on marble rye. And it is warm. It's not a panini exactly. It's almost like the whole thing has been like all together put into like some warming conveyance so the cheese melts a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's not as melty as a regular Reuben. But I think people have a lot of opinions about melted cheese on fried fish. And so I was curious if you think this sounds good. And I just want to be very clear. It was delicious for me.
It sounds fantastic.
Okay. You're interested.
To me,
I got it
because
at Max Seafood in East Town.
I love coleslaw in sandwiches. I love that execution. Yeah. I always have. The crunchiness. I've always loved coleslaw in sandwiches. And if your initial reaction is, wait, cheese and fish just don't mix, right? Because I understand that. They normally do not. But I would just like to show Exhibit A here, which is a fish fillet with cheese from McDonald's, and that's also fantastic.
I've never had it. I should try it.
Have you had a fish fillet before?
From McDonald's?
Yeah.
No. Isn't it called filet o fish?
Filet o fish, yes. You are correct.
I've never had it now.
Oh my God, taste test.
Okay, let's see.
Oh God, it's so good. The thing is, it's just like, you just don't expect the fish to be good there, but a fish fillet sandwich from McDonald's, like a hot one, is fantastic.
Fish fillet sounds like it is like a safer order to me than like chicken at McDonald's. That chicken, I don't know where that shit is coming from and all processed. The fish is just sort of like shipped to you cold and it's been like filleted up already. Like you just fry it. I feel like with the chicken, it's weirder and grosser. So
I'm sure if we did enough research, we could find that the fish is also weird and gross because it's always the exact same shape.
Please,
you know what I mean?
Please don't send it to me. Just to be clear.
We don't need that research. But we are going to be having a filet of fish sandwich, and you're going to love it. I'm just going to sit there and stare at you.
My Cape Cod Reuben was very good. Can I tell a quick Micah story about coleslaw?
Of course.
He fucking loves it. If it's like on the table in front of him, he keeps pointing at it will only eat coleslaw if it is present. Like, wow. He really loves it. It's very strange, but like
that's an odd thing for like
he'll have like pieces of cabbage hanging out of his mouth, and he'll like slurp it in. He loves coleslaw.
I love coleslaw too. Okay,
your turn.
You know I love smoothies, right?
I was just about to say, I need to check in with you about your apps. So keep going. Yeah.
They have not responded to me yet.
Juice Generation. Are they in cahoots with Damola?
They might be.
It's collusion.
Because there's a Pliables a block away from where I normally get the Juice Generation protein knockout. So now I'm just going to Pliables instead. They're losing business. And I don't like Pliables as much as Juice Generation. I love Juice Generation.
We know. That was a great personal food news.
One update, but I've been a smoothie guy just from jump. I love smoothies, right? But the very first smoothie chain I was aware of, what's like the very first like smoothie shop that
Jamba Juice.
Think of? Exactly. I was in Los Angeles. Los Angeles still has active Jamba Juices. Like it's like a staple, and they have one in the airport right around the corner from the Ludicrous Chicken and Beer restaurant. Are you familiar with this establishment?
No,
There's a
that's great.
Ludicrous. I assume maybe he owns it or he licenses himself out, but it's like the walls are just full of ludicrous stuff.
That's awesome. I love
And
that.
The menu is just like ludicrous focused foods. It's fantastic. It is awesome. God, I love it there. But it's just like reconnecting with an old flame. Me and Jamba Juice. I was just like hitting up Jamba Juice when I got off the plane.
You're back on, baby.
Because you're always hungry when you get off a plane, and you don't want. I don't want to like have like fried chicken. So I was like, you know what? I really like the stomach feel that a smoothie gives me. So I had one when I got off the plane, and I had one when I was getting on the plane.
Upon arrival, you stopped in the airport to get a smoothie before exiting.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I've got the app, obviously.
Oh, so you're like on the tarmac ordering your smoothie?
Yeah. So I just pick it up. You know, I don't
That's a really
order
good
things
move.
and wait for it. Yeah.
If you were going to be waiting online after like landing, I was going to be shocked. But that's a great move to have in like your cab ride to wherever you're going.
Yes, it was fantastic. It was.
You're an innovator, Jacoby. That's a great idea. I love that.
Oh yeah. Because also another thing is the Starbucks app. There's always a Starbucks in the airport. So if you are landing somewhere, because a lot of times I will try to sleep on a plane, and I'll be a little groggy because I woke up or whatever, and then I'll need like a pick me up, and I'll do a Starbucks and just pick it up on the way.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to start thinking about this. That's really smart. All right. Let's get into today's listener food news.
Hi, Juliet and Jacoby. This is Erica from Los Angeles. First time, long time. And I'm a millennial who rarely talks on the phone anymore and certainly does not leave voicemail. So I've worked up the courage to call. Anyway, I have a personal food news / food news follow-up / boots on the ground update, followed by a thought-provoking question. Hopefully Juliet finds this format acceptable. Personal food news is that we live down the street from Doan's Bakery, which makes the much-discussed Tom Cruise cake. And as a normie and not sponsored or anything, I can attest to how good that white chocolate coconut cake is. Okay, so my topic for discussion is World Cup related. We had a dumpling party to celebrate the spirit of international competition. It was BYOD, bring your own dumpling, and we used the dictionary definition of dumpling, which is dough enclosing some sort of filling. So we had things like soup dumplings and bao to represent China and Korea. We had ravioli for Italy, samosas for India, pierogi for Poland, and empanadas for Latin American and South American countries. So my question is, in your Dumpling World Cup, which dumplings would get first, second, and third place? Thanks. Love the pod and your guys' friendship so much. Oh, and I checked Jacoby's Instagram for the number to call, but couldn't find it. Thanks God Juliet has it in hers. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
This is great.
First of all, I like how much our callers like to dunk on you by supporting my Instagram. So thank you so much. And also, I really enjoy our friendship, Jacoby, so it's nice that other people do too.
I really enjoy our friendship as well.
I think you often don't think I mean it when I say nice things, so I have to like reinforce it.
No, you meant that one.
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Number one with the bullet, soup dumplings.
I don't know if I feel the same, so I think we're going to have to do separate ones.
Okay. Well, I'll have to go first because I've already proclaimed number one with the bullet, soup dumplings.
With the bullet.
Number two, ravioli. I love ravioli. I love a raviolo. Again, my son, weird food. He doesn't like the feeling. He likes to taste the pasta, but he doesn't like the feeling of a noodle on his tongue. So I have to like trick him into eting pasta. And
how do you know though? Does he say that? He's like, one. He's like the mouthfeel, Mom. It's the mouthfeel. What? How do you know?
The reason I know is because if I give him like a dumpling or a ravioli or just noodles, like just straight up noodles, he puts it in his mouth and then he goes and drops it off of his tongue. Like he doesn't like how it feels.
Yeah.
But then my mom made a really good like big ziti type thing the other night, and I put a piece of noodle on the fork first, and then some meat, so that the first thing that would be touching his tongue would be the meat, and then it would sort of like hide and like make the taste of the noodle secondary, and he ate all of it.
Great.
So it's not the taste.
So I have a question for you. First of all, you can't just throw out ravioli because there's a wide variety of ravioli. So what type of ravioli?
I think that in the spirit of her question, Celentano freezer ravioli is probably not the answer she's looking for. I love a great freezer ravioli with just like ricotta cheese in there.
So just
but
ricotta.
I love a high end cheese ricotta or cheese ravioli from a nice Italian restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And like maybe some like a country corn in there or something, but like, you know, I like it with meat, but I don't love it. Like if you're gonna go meat, like I would go tortellini over that.
Yeah.
So number one for me is pork soup dumpling, xiaolong bao. Number two is like just a cheese ravioli at a fancy, or it's like good short rib ravioli, but like fancy ravioli is number two.
Oh, yeah.
Short rib's so good. And then number three, you mentioned something that like is maybe controversial. I think a Jamaican beef patty is like one of the most delicious things a person can eat. And I think I'm going to put that as number three.
It's my number one.
It's so good.
It's my number one.
It's so good. Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people have been misled by the standard Jamaican beef patty because that is not that good. But an actual real like Jamaican beef patty is excellent.
I love spiced ground beef, so I like all of them.
Oh yeah, it's a Jamaican beef patty is so good to me. My wife is Jamaican, and like they went to Jamaica, and they still talk about the patties. Like that, it's so good. I want to go there. I want to go on like a patty tour of Jamaica. That's my number one. My number two is soup dumplings, and my number three. I don't really like pierogies. I like
pierogies.
I just feel like the noodles kind of taste like nothing, and the potato kind of tastes like nothing. It's like nothing wrapped in nothing, kind of. You know what I mean? They don't have like flavor of like a Jamaican patty or a xiaolong bao.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I'm gonna go with the aforementioned tortellini. I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
I prefer tortellinis over ravioli, especially tortellini and brodo is something that my mom used to make me, so it's like a childhood thing.
Sure.
I love tortellinis, and my tortellini is gonna have some meat in it.
Okay, I support you. I just want to say good pierogies are really good. There's a place in Brooklyn called Baba's Pierogies. Way long ago on Food News 2.0, we had them as a taste test, like very long time ago. And they're really good. So if you're ever in Brooklyn and you like want good pierogies, try those. Just a couple honorable mentions. Gyoza, love a great gyoza. Those are delicious. I do like an empanada. And I don't know if these like quite fit because it's not exactly the same, but like I just feel like it's similar spirit. I love a tamale, like a really good tamale.
Oh yeah, I've spoken about the tamale girl in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Tamales are good.
Great call. This is a great call. Thank you so much, Erica.
Great call from Erica, and I have to add the number to my Instagram.
850-STEW-136. Let us know if you missed the taste test or not. We'd love your feedback. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you to our producer, Mike Wargon. And we'll be back together in studio next week.